Hi, this is a short overview of what MLM Companion is and what it can do for you. MLM Companion is not an MLM program. MLM Companion is a tool for members of an MLM company to improve their sales and to be in control of potential prospects and clients, and by doing that will benefit obviously the company, but most importantly will benefit themselves by selling more and spend more time selling and less time trying to cope with the daily routines that any member of an MLM company should have. The MLM Companion has many important things. One of them is the announcement billboard, which is actually this one, the one that you see here. This will be in control of the market, of the master distributor or the company, or the MLM company, and then they will be able to change this directly without going through us. And by doing that, they could present, for example, videos or the message of the day, or maybe announcements about the meetings, etc., etc. So this is kind of a very important. Then MLM Companion has a task scheduler, agenda, and calendar, which we'll see in a second, a business lead finder to find unlimited potential clients for you, the member, and an instant messenger to be able to communicate with your peers or to the downline or upline, etc. The ability to send messages to cellular phones or even voice computerized messages, because MLM Companion integrates with Twilio, and for less than a penny a message you can send messages to anyone. Where we have content social links, virtual desktop manager, integrated telemarketing system, the ability to send and receive a context, meaning the data of context to the downline, or from the downline, meaning receiving or sending, and that will be beneficial. For example, if you have somebody in the, maybe a peer even, that you know, and a friend, and maybe you want to send a lead because they have more expertise than you. The ability to send quick emails is not a formal email system, but you can send emails. And also it is important that because this is a Windows software, is not a web-based software, not only is ultra fast, but it's secure because your contacts are secure and are for your eyes only. So in this case, well, we're gonna enter. I'm gonna show you a couple of things. Not all of them will be too long, but I'm gonna point out a few things. For example, to add a contact, well, I will click and add a contact. I can also import contacts, which I'm going to do right now only because to have a number of contacts here. So I'm going to I have a sample list here that comes with the software of 100 and also of 5,000 if you want to test the capabilities, because you can have unlimited contacts and leads, and essentially you can have hundreds of thousands, and that won't affect the functionality with the program. I mean, program is designed to handle hundreds of thousands of leads. So here we have, one of the ones that we imported. We had imported 100 right now in a second. It will be very easy. It's very fast and powerful. The fine system that it has, because it has the ability to find, for example, if I do a PO, I'm going to do just PO at this moment. I'm going to click quick email. In this case, it only found 2. Okay, so not a big deal. It found this PO here, but also found this one that says Pony. So I'm not searching only for the name. I'm searching also for the company name and many other fields, like referral fields, etc., etc., that I will be doing from one field. I will be searching in all of these, including phone numbers, keywords, etc., etc. So that is very important, because it's a very simple way to find someone, especially when you don't know how to find that person. Maybe you only remember the area code and maybe the first letter of the name, so that is easy. Another important thing obviously is the agenda, which is the way that you are going to control the tasks. So for example, here we have Helga Rio, right? Pony Express is the second that we found, and we can go there by clicking here. This is what we call the full menu, but sometimes you don't want to use these, but you want to use the action buttons up here because it's easier. And so you click agenda, and you click add, for example, and it will ask you if you want to link it to the underlying contact, which in this case is Helga, right? So the program puts Helga Rio, and now you're going to put here follow up, she's interested. All right. So here we have a double time. Sometimes you don't need that because it's simply a call and you can call at any time. But sometimes the person tells you, please call me at 12. 12. So in that case, you might want to be warned at 11:30, and maybe it's gonna be because of the actual time could be different, right? Than the alarm time. And this is the actual time. Majority of times you're not going to put the time because they are simply calls that you do. But if you have a lunch or you have a dentist visit, you want to obviously be on time. But the important thing is it has a double time and date, so it gives you time to be prepared. And also it can be done in a recurrent basis. So if this person is going to be called every month this day for whatever reason, you can put it like this, every month, and how many times, or maybe forever, maybe fixed number of times. So you see that here we have, with a star, we have the day or days that we have something, right? So here we have on the 24th, here we have on the 28th. And so now this is red. That means that we have something that is due, but is due on time. So because if it wasn't on time, it wouldn't be there. So for example, if I clear this, right? So I don't have a time, you see. I may have things to do, and that's fine. I can go there and see them all, the things that I need to do, but it wouldn't be red because I don't have an alarm. So for example, if I select all of them right now, you see I'm selecting all, and I go to the agenda, and I will find all the ones that are due. All the ones that are due based on the date and or time. I can go to this one. Remember that I selected all before on purpose. So if I go, you see I'm selecting only this one, which is Helga. And then I can call Helga. By the way, we are compatible with 4 dialing protocols, including the modem if you have, or SIP protocol like Ring Central or Google Voice or Skype. So you can do that. I mean, call directly or dial normally, and then you can, based on, for example, I talked to Helga, and I can click here. You see, before convenience, talk to Helga. She said not ready yet. Call tomorrow. Well, in that case, I will reschedule the agenda, right? I will go to the agenda and change this day to tomorrow, and that's it. Now that will be that. Still, this thing is white. I mean empty. I meant it's not red, etc. Okay, so here we have the instant messenger. I could send a message to I needed to set up the person first. I mean, like your downline, a peer, whatever. But I can have, for example, shortcuts here that I can program and say, for example, please call me back, send a message, boom, the message is sent. This red indicates that is an external person. So in other words, an external agent, a person that is outside, and the person will be able to respond if they have set up, they have a similar software, etc. So here we have the business lead finder telemarketing. We have it here too, and So I'm going to click here, you see, and we have the telemarketing system where we have 15, or the possibility to have 15 scripts or branches that you will use, that your master distributor will give the member, and use this to promote the product. It's possible to merge, so this is the place where those will be introduced and saved based on 15, and it's possible to enter these symbols that at the right time will be substituted by the right information, and thus for example this one says company, right? So it's substituted by the company for easy reading, and in this case it says first name, which is incorrect here, doesn't make sense really. So I'm gonna put this one, right, the agent name, and what happens now is that when I go here, you see it says my name, and it says has the company here. So is this Pony Express? So whatever company I have here, if I put Inc., it will be substituted for easy reading. And then I have a telemarketing script here that would allow me to essentially, I have other groups also, but the telemarketing would allow me to, you know, call back, busy, call, whatever. And I can modify these too. I can change these labels as appropriate, and that way I can have charts, etc., based on results. Okay, so then I'm gonna show you briefly. By the way, we have a very powerful way here to compare contexts and to find duplicates, and this is in real life, this is really important. So for example, we have this one right now, right? And if I click find duplicates, it has many options as you could see, but in particular gave me just one, right? But if I had duplicated this thing, okay, I'm gonna duplicate it on purpose, and so I'm gonna duplicate the Helga, and even if I have a different name, of course, because the name means nothing, the only thing that means something is the phone number, the fax. By the way, I can put this in any order or any field that wouldn't matter to check, and the URL and the email. So if I check now, right, let's say that I select all the records, right, I have all the records selected, and I'm gonna select find the duplicates. You see I find 2 in spite that the phones are in the other place, whatever, and that is because the program can check on every phone and everything, and do a cross-reference. And once we have the duplicate, I can compare the contacts like this, you see, and you see, for example, the names are in yellow because the information is different. So now I have the option to update, or maybe not even update, but put it here in other contacts. The phones, in spite that these phones are not here, still are being recognized as existed, and that's why you see that it's not yellow. If I had this one different, for example, if this one would be number 4, for example, you see now this one is yellow, indicating that this one is different, and this one is red, well, because it's blank here, and here it has data. So it's very easy to check. It's not that, you know, that is a crazy thing, and I could potentially copy this one, you know, and have it added, and again I can replace the name, or I can add it like this, but I can replace it, you see, if this is the correct one. And I did that back, no, a date, or a date, and delete. So now essentially I'm deleting one of the 2 and merging the data. Very powerful stuff. Okay. So the business lead finder, for example, is a great thing because I can let's say find any city. So with this, find state, city, county, zip code, whatever, and I'm gonna use this, and you can type whatever, auto dealer, spas, gyms, depending on the industry that you are in. I'm gonna use spas, and here we have a bunch of data, right? All the spas in this particular case in folder there, right? So we're gonna enter into one of them, and the whole idea is that we call them, right? We have a telemarketing here to with the scripts that you were using. So so we call them, and if the person manifests interest, we can enter a note and maybe a task with in the agenda, and then we can import. We just highlight all that and then right click copy, right, and then we click this button import, and you can see it imported everything that is there. So now we created the record, and now we can put some notes here. Okay, these are my notes. These are my notes. You know, the client's interested this or that, and that'll do it. So essentially, well, right now, when it came back here, by the way, you would have been calling all the ones, you know, many from the same city. But if I click next, it's gonna jump automatically. So I'm here, but I'm gonna jump automatically to the next city. The next city is Fort McCoy, etc. Right? So we'll be jumping, and then that way you are in control. It has many other things, of course, reports and etc. Groups context is another thing that you will have, and user-defined fields. So you will have many many ways to find your data based on groups, etc. But it's a very simple program to use, and but being simple doesn't make it less powerful. Again, you can send messages to cellular phones through Twilio, even computerized voice messages, and you can even have snippets, so kind of to be consistent in your messages. And well, you can send emails, quick emails that can be personalized by using these symbols in your thing, so you can send it to one or many people, many contacts. So you can have a group of contacts that for whatever reason you want to send an email, so you can send to that group. Essentially very easy, right? And that's it. That's pretty much what it is. It's a tool to sell more, because you're gonna be able to be in control of your clients, to have all your clients to know what they have to do. You can link documents. Okay, I'm trying not to remember. I'm trying to avoid telling you everything. Okay, but potentially I'm pasting right now and inserting. I'm linking a document. You can have unlimited documents. Okay, you can send the data to another peer, as I said before. You can send the data here, as I said before. You have your social media fields, allowing you to enter into your members, into your downline, if they give it to you, you know, Facebook or Skype or Twitter or this or that with this. And so it has everything, you know, that you can have for a very low cost. That's all, and thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that we can get you as one of our clients. Thanks.